Okay, for all my procrastinators out there, which would you prefer? To be completely motivated with no discipline or to be completely disciplined with no motivation? There is an easy answer. Find out next on this Joker the King podcast. What's good, Joker the King community? Welcome to another beautiful day here on the Joker the King podcast. If you heard that intro, we're talking specifically today to the procrastinators. Now, just to let you know, I, your humble host, Dr. Robert Dalen Brown, am the biggest procrastinator you will ever meet. I have procrastination stories that go back years that are completely outrageous. This is not the time to share those stories. Instead, this is the time to share the strategies that help me manage my procrastination. Okay. So let me start by saying this. Right now, we are in the middle of the NBA playoffs. And last night, the Lakers lost to the Denver Nuggets. Now, everybody has their opinion about the game and all that type of thing. But I heard somebody make this comment that the Lakers came out completely unmotivated. The Denver Nuggets outplayed them because they came out motivated. And here's why that statement is incorrect. It had nothing to do with motivation. It had nothing to do with motivation. And I'm going to tell you, when it comes to getting things done and reaching your goals and getting the results you want, I want you to really think about this. Would you rather be 100% motivated with no discipline or 100% disciplined with no motivation? And the quick, short answer is that discipline wins every time. It's about discipline. And you're about to see why in a second. There's a very, very big difference between motivation and discipline. And that's what this entire episode is all about. Now, the idea of motivation is a myth. The way we usually think about motivation, it's a myth. Uh, Motivation is believed by most people to be some sort of mental or emotional mindset that you need in order to get something done. And the problem with this thinking is that it actually stifles your progress. It actually gets in the way of you getting things done. If you wait until you're in the right mood to do this task, 99% of the time, that mood never comes because the task is boring. It's difficult. It's too hard. It takes too long, right? If the task was fun, then no motivation would be needed, right? You only see people talking about motivation on tasks that are hard, boring, or takes too long. Nobody ever tries to get motivated to eat chocolate candy. Nobody ever needs motivation to play video games, right? Motivation seems to always be needed on those boring, difficult, long tasks. And if you wait for motivation to get here, you'll never be motivated because you're never in the right mood. That's now it really takes a really good understanding of how motivation works. Motivation is not some magical force or magical energy that is suddenly bestowed upon you from on high that gets you moving on a task. In fact, it's the exact opposite. The task doesn't get done when you feel motivation. It's the other way around. You begin the action, start the action, and then later you feel motivation. At least that's what psychologists say. Experts know this. Psychologists know this about motivation. Counselors know this about motivation. Therapists, they know this about motivation. Scientists have actually confirmed it. Empirical and anecdotal interactions constantly demonstrate this. But for some reason, the majority of regular folks out there don't believe it. They're stuck on this motivation myth, waiting to get motivated before taking action. So here's the idea. We do need to get in the right mindset, but it's not a motivation mindset. It's a mindset of discipline. It's a mindset of progress being directly linked to long stretches of work and effort. A mindset of discipline linked to results from accumulated actions. Okay. Discipline helps get things done. Discipline generates positive feelings of energy and gratification that most people think comes from motivation. Motivation is that short burst of mental energy to psych yourself up, but discipline is that long term, sustained action that fuels progress. In fact, discipline, I should put this on a t shirt. Discipline means doing what you have to do when you don't want to do it. Let me say that again. Discipline means doing what you have to do when you don't want to do it. So, how do you build more discipline? I'm glad you asked. That's what we are here for on the Joker the King podcast. Action steps, actual strategies to get things done. So, there are three steps you need to build more discipline. Step one, remove obstacles. Step two, create some physical reminders. And step three, choose some way to measure yourself and get accountability. Okay. So let's break down those three steps. Okay. Step one, removing obstacles. I am going back into my fitness routine. I've been procrastinating on my fitness routine. So, in order for me to build discipline to get myself working out again, I need to do step one, which is remove obstacles. Okay. One of the biggest obstacles in my fitness routine is um, not getting up early or not putting the time in my schedule in order to get that workout done. Okay. So here's how I do step one when it comes to building more discipline. Okay. Step one could mean placing the gym clothes and the alarm clock in the bathroom. Right. So in the morning, uh, when that loud alarm clock goes off, instead of reaching on my nightstand for the alarm clock or the cell phone, that alarm clock is in the bathroom, echoing off the bathroom walls. And I have to force myself to leave the bed to turn off the alarm clock. And when I go into the bathroom and I turn off the alarm clock, there are my gym clothes sitting on top of the phone. So I have to take the gym clothes in my hand before I turn off the alarm clock. Those are some ways of removing physical obstacles, right? I am putting some physical systems in place in order to kickstart the discipline. Okay, that's step one. Step two is physical reminders, right? I need to have physical reminders like the alarm clock, like the gym clothes placed right there. I need to trip over my gym shoes as a physical reminder. I need physical reminders in order to do physical action. Okay. And step three is accountability, some kind of accountability measure. Let's suppose that alarm clock went off and the alarm clock is in the bathroom. My gym clothes are in the bathroom. I walk over, I turn off the alarm clock, and I start walking right back to my bed. And then the phone rings, right? And it's my best friend calling me up saying, "Hey, I'm outside driving you to the gym," because I built that accountability measure into my discipline habit before the night before, making sure that I have somebody holding me accountable. Because if I don't have what it takes to hold myself accountable because I'm a procrastinator, then I have to have that external accountability measure. Okay. Um, the I recently listened to an interview by a guy named Steve Cam, who was the founder of what Nerd Fitness, and he wrote this book called Level Up Your Life. And he explained that his accountability measure to help him reach his writing goal, um, he had a friend who had access to his bank account. And every single time Steve Cam failed to meet his writing goal, his friend was able to take money out of his bank account and donate it to a charity that Steve did not believe in. Now, that's an extreme accountability measure. I mean, imagine this. Every time you failed to hold yourself accountable in that discipline step, your friend had access to your bank account and was able to take money and donate it to a charity not of your choice. He got stuff done. Okay, so let's recap. In order to build your discipline system, what do you need? Number one, well, of course, you need a goal, but number one, you need to begin with small steps and put your system on autopilot by removing obstacles, creating reminders, and choosing some kind of accountability. If you do those three things, you build discipline. Forget about motivation. You don't need it. It's about discipline. Okay. I want everybody this week, go to the Joker the King website, click on the advice link, and send me a message. Ask me a question. It could be about relationships. It could be about money. It could be about emotional mindset. It could be about physical health. Just go to the Joker the King website, click that advice link, and ask me that question. Okay. Until next time, be safe, take care of yourself, and while you're at it, take care of someone else. Peace.